Coming up on this episode.
Diego is annoying and give him tea.
Eamon's already welling up.
I just walk off. Fuck!
A brass-scaled dragon hovers just outside the black curtain that envelops all of Ward 7. Their scales are much paler than normal, though, having lost their luster. As they float there, they begin to clasp and unclasp their claws, muscles bulging with anxious fervor as they decide to make another pass around the dome of darkness, frantically searching for a way in. As they go, a deep huff escapes their throat, frustration beginning to boil up, though it doesn't get far, as the dragon quells their rage with a few deep breaths. Within the curtain, our party has finally gotten a chance to breathe. With the help of Wander and the Great Ostas, the unholy union of vampire and dragon that Hoivik had become was slain for good, burned away by the light of Anahel's lantern. Though, even with most of the danger having passed, there is still much to be done before a true rest is earned. We cut to the Great Ostas and Diego, as they, shall we say, discuss his trade as a magician. So you are the magician that performs across the street from my place? Do you want to perform? We can get you a show.
Just the magician that performs. Do you know who I am even? I'm the Magnificent Marvel, you bloody fool.
Yeah. I'm aware.
I inspired the whole city. Shut up.
Okay. You guys keep running.
I'm going to turn to Wander. Did you do that on purpose?
Do what?
Send Great Ostas with him?
No.
He's going to kill Diego,
Well, yeah.
isn't he?
What do you mean? I told him to go. Correct. Yes.
No, it's just...
I don't think she...
It was an amazing choice. It was
If
perfect.
this is like a social dynamic thing, absolutely not. I thought you were hitting on me when you were asking about
Fuck
alchemy
no.
the first time we met. Yeah, exactly. Like, I get that now, but... Also, you guys might want to talk to Diego. He might have killed his mom, and then she keeps working.
I think you mentioned something like that.
Oh.
unintentionally.
Not as close as
Do you
I
want
thought
any
it would
help
be.
with this?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything you guys do?
Not much else I can do.
Yeah, is there anything? I mean, I'd grab Kite and make sure that with Asdriel.
Yeah, Asriel's kind of just like watching over him.
I might go back to Shintami's office / dungeon
Okay.
area if we have time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would go with you. I would just tell Asdriel to take Kite to the
Maybe
barrier.
just to start getting the bodies down even. Off.
Yeah.
As you guys go from the Nokia estate to the Akio estate, Renister and Eamon, why don't you roll perception?
25, 26, 25.
23.
Both of you see movement from one of the android corpses.
Float over and land.
Like a witch.
When Eamon flies any other time, he does not ride the staff. This is just a one-time
I
thing.
just in
Yeah.
case have my shield out, but I'd walk over to it as well.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of like rolls itself over, like the whole right side of their face and basically their entire stomach is like flayed open. There's this very dim blue light coming from within them, clearly dying, but it just kind of like rolls over and just like looks up. And as you guys come, it like looks to both of you and it just says, "Thank you."
I cast Stabilize,
Okay.
and then I would cast Heal.
As you do that, they like raise up their hand and they go, "We lost our source of foundation, so
What
all
does
of
that
your
mean?
attempts, we do not survive on the same things as you guys do. So
What happened to you? How did you get this way?
we had a leader who offered us up in exchange for supplies, researching a way to stop Elsif's song. It's what makes us need foundation. It's constant.
Who is your leader?
He was an Umbra unit, designation 1. Only the single digits have the ability to make foundation on their own. He was taken out, and then our contraption that supplied foundation to the rest of us was also sabotaged.
I see.
So I am not long for this world, but I thank you for what you have done. Also, that was designation 2, Umbra 2, not 1. My apologies.
What? So you said your leader was taken out?
Yes, From what I understand, his research base was attacked.
I see. Do you know of anywhere else?
Weird.
Shintami's dead, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Your
Good. As the light starts to fade.
brothers helped us kill him. Or
Yeah, I was
stop him.
I was one of them.
Oh, was he? Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that then. Yeah. No. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, dude.
I didn't remember if it was.
Yeah, this is the one that was super incompetent.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, go in peace.
Yeah. Kind of light. Leaves his eyes. Peter and Wander, I don't know, I'm talking as if Wander's a player character. You like would see them interact with this like android corpse.
Okay.
Maybe Wander wouldn't. She'd be pretty engrossed in it.
Whoops.
Just so we're all on the same page of why Peter's laughing, he sabotaged that
Yeah.
device.
No, I
in
recall.
his infiltration.
And
Yeah,
it's phosphorus, not
Yeah.
Peter.
I agree.
To be honest, I couldn't even remember. I heard that something was destroyed, and I was like,
Yeah.
well,
Yep. Yeah. So you guys go to Shintami's like basement area.
Yeah.
Anything you're doing specifically?
Probably take the bodies down
Wrap
from
him.
his.
Oh, yep.
And
chamber.
wrap him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You would still have blood to get in and out of the door.
I would just help with the process. Let Minister do a lot of the main
Mhm.
work, though.
I'd pray over the bodies as well.
100%.
I would pray in my head. You know, I don't know how the old one works. I'll think prayer vibes while I'm doing it.
Okay.
Hey,
You
tree.
give off prayer energy.
I don't quite know how it works for
Yeah.
this religion.
You have to go to
For
the
sure.
nearest. There's like a potted ficus, and you start praying.
I'm just
to it.
poking them with my staff over and over again.
Peter,
Mm-hmm.
she finishes the circle.
It's phosphorus.
Why is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Phosphorus. In we go.
Yeah.
Oh, she casts invisibility on both of you.
Thank you.
Floor kind of like opens up into that like shadowy stuff. You both jump in.
Am I still acclimated?
Yeah. Yeah, you're unconscious for 3 days.
In 3
Yeah,
days.
that's what I was worried about. Like,
Yeah, both of you are on top of the dead mesa. There's a massive dragon skeleton. Like it looks like it would have belonged to an ancient dragon, like a very big thing. Just dozens of humanoid bones around it as well, as like Wander has hundreds more than dozens. Sorry. And as you kind of like look out where there once was the cult of Meso, there's about a mile-wide hole.
Well, that confirms it.
And it's pretty easy for you to assume that at some point what had happened is that the code woke up Umbra just enough to plunge a hand into his core. And as a latch to this effort, Dragon and Hoivik became one. Sounded more romantic than I meant it to, but yeah, I mean, seeing the hole, there's no chance, Umbras. I mean, that's the whole point of like a self-destruct. If he just walks up
that'd
and he's
be
like,
impressive.
"Don't worry, guys." Yeah. He's
I found one of your other
Oregon.
bombs.
Hey, he went out on his terms.
yeah, he did. One of the first things he ever did was try to self-destruct. He
Yeah.
went out self-destructing. So
both of your rat children blew themselves up.
yeah.
Just
like-
like, he's never
he's
been
like-
more proud.
He's crying tears of pride. Just
Yeah.
But yeah, Wander's like, that wasn't there before.
That was Umbra.
Okay.
Unless you want to look around for anything, that confirms it.
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you okay? What is this? This seems more emotional.
I'm glad he's free.
Okay.
That was my main concern.
Yeah, that's true. God, it would suck to be a vampire. Well, not. I not.
I
like,
sneeze.
Yeah. Someone's talking shit about my bloodline.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
bite someone.
The old lady
Have you ever
next
been
to
up here in the mesa?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've looked around up here. Yeah.
All right. Well, we can go back then if
Okay.
you can.
She starts to take 10 minutes to draw another circle.
Sorry.
In about 3.5 days, we can go.
Diego, you get to the edge where you do find a ritual circle.
Awesome. Now, I know you're no ritual expert, so I will take care of this,
All right.
but you can keep watch or whatever.
Will do.
God, I hope you roll a 1.
They give me an esoteric lore check.
Oh, damn it. Can I burn a coin to make him re-roll?
Fuck you.
No.
It's a 27.
27?
You know what? Fuck it. Oops.
What?
That was higher, though. I was going to say, fuck it, I'll just re-roll just to prove it, but...
Okay.
Is that an
Yeah.
anti-hero token?
I mean, this one's a bit bigger and much more complex. So after about 20 minutes, probably by the time you guys get back, Peter and Wander, you guys get back to the Shadow Veil, or not back to the Shadow Veil, back from the Shadow Veil, and Renestier and Eamon, you guys like finish up, basically preserving the bodies, wrapping them up, making sure everything's good for when they get buried. Anything else you guys want to do down there?
I'd probably just take them from like that chamber into a room with like a nice bed or something.
Yeah.
And like lay them there.
You'll take them. Okay. We know who's picking them.
Well, I'll carry one.
I'm
not a bitch boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eamon,
I have regular strength.
Eamon destroys the 2 BVEGs. and
I just
still
killed a
nothing
fucking
changes.
dragon.
Renestier's like, okay, Mr. Zero Strength.
Yeah, you didn't punch the dragon to death.
Yeah, I'm glad the protagonist came out and Eamon today.
Also, he's like, I'm strong as he's in the form of an old lady.
It's true, you're still the
I'm actually more strong in her
Meanwhile, I'm shirtless and just like carrying these bodies.
Yeah. But yeah.
He is shirtless too.
Oh!
I'm stirring a cauldron.
I'm frightened too.
The black curtain dissipates in the same way the other one did. Immediately, the people who are mind link hear Iridel's voice. In the morning sunlight begins to come in, like the sun is just rising.
I just cracked my knuckles. All in a day's work. You'll learn someday.
Did I wrong you in some way?
You have no idea.
Okay. How? And can I make
run.
amends? You're going the wrong way.
I know which way I'm going.
Where are you going?
I just wanted to go the long way.
Okay.
Scenic route.
He runs after you.
See, you went the wrong way too. Such a follower.
Is the Great Ostas a human?
He's a halfling.
Damn
A
it.
little halfling, yeah. Peter and Renestier, you hear in your heads Irdel. Basically,
Phosphorus.
Bulk and Wander. God damn it. I'm going to have to relearn all over again. Wander and Bulk can like give him the rundown.
Wander, could you dispel this at all? Can you dispel this at all? I say in my old lady voice.
Yeah, yes, I can.
That'd be really helpful.
So,
Yeah.
actually,
She dispels it. Sorry, real quick. Wander kind of pulls some of the sparkly blue magic. It rushes over Eamon, and he's back to his normal looks. Actually, she'll just do that for both of you, for phosphorus as well. And then as the black curtain has now fully dissipated, you look up, and well, for a second, you guys probably panic again. You see an 18-foot from head to tail, rigid brass scales that have a spiny texture, though they hold no shine, much of their color seemingly faded, dragon. Trail of spiny scale growths flows down his back all the way to the tip of his tail. 2 horns jut out from below his jaw that match the curve of his mouth as Lark lands in the courtyard and morphs into a tall, like in full battle mode, as he's been waiting on the outside without a way to get in to help in any way possible. And now that the curtain's down,
Could have been a dragon dogfight.
he morphs into a tall, muscular human man, pale skin, bald head, brass-colored eyes, black hooded trench coat, silvery metallic armor underneath, no visible weapons on or around him, carries nothing but like a small satchel across him. Yes, this is how he got Raiji so far when
Yeah,
you
that
went
just
unconscious.
explains so much.
Yep.
I would quicken my pace up to him.
Yeah,
And
he
sort
comes
of,
and he's like
kind of like a
Yeah.
subordinate type,
He,
like get
like-
on one knee.
he puts, well, he immediately like pulls you up, like so you're standing, and he puts his hands on both of your shoulders. And he's like, "Are you okay? Has
Yes.
the danger passed?"
We were able to kill the Strigoi.
He lets out like a big sigh of relief, as like quite literally, like the energy of like a dad who's like outside the like delivery room and he has no control over what's going on. He's just been waiting to help in any way, and he just couldn't get in. And he like a lot of the tension leaves him, and he's like, "Oh, good."
Hey, Wander, can you dispel something affecting my mind?
You're looking at her
I was
cross-eyed.
wondering what was going on there. I can try.
It took me a bit to remember about that.
Do I get back with everybody?
Yeah, you see the dragon.
You did go the long way.
Iridel
I
would
did.
inform the other two that it's Lark. But yeah, she like pokes your forehead and that kind of like scar forms again, but it feels kind of warm. And it like kind of sinks into your head and the fog clears. It's like, how is it? We're good?
As soon as
Better.
I see Peter, I look at him and I say, Did he do it?
The Cult of Meso is a mile-wide crater.
That's what I figured.
I hear that. I turn to Larik and say, Eamon,
Good to meet you.
good to meet you too. I've heard a lot of good things.
All of you for your assistance.
Yes, they helped immensely, and I've been meaning to tell you this recent event, but Tizetsios finally responded to me, I guess you could say.
That's incredible.
And I sort of like show the lantern
It's still lit,
and
right?
also the
He looks at it like not as excited as you would expect, maybe. And he's like, interesting.
Oh, God's gonna be pissed.
kind of had to step on a different god's toes for this one.
Yeah.
I guess chosen, you could say.
Good news, though. Well, first of all, what's going on with this guy? He points to the literal celestial, just like standing guard over Kite.
We found him with the Vedlerana. He was corrupted at the time. However,
Okay, I think we have a lot to talk
Yes.
about.
Thank you, by the way. Are you going to heaven now? I don't...
What?
Is that how this
to
works?
the celestial? I thought you were
To
talking about
Larik. I point a gun to him.
He's like,
You going to heaven?
No.
I can send you him.
Think of the
Azrael
rabbits.
Looks to all of you and he says, yes, I should return.
I mean, that's 2 great vampires down. I'd say you did a pretty bang-up job.
Well, I actively assisted the other one. Fought against you to dispose of it.
Can you put a good word in for me up there? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't think you'll need it.
Better to be safe.
I probably don't need
Why
it
don't all of you
either.
roll perception?
I don't see shit.
26.
9. It's been a long day.
24.
Eamon and Diego. Azrael basically gives Eamon a look that's like, in a way that just like implies like a weird level of like you'll be fine when it comes to like gods or like that kind of stuff in a way that like seems just odd. Not like he's just like he knows something for sure.
Right before I ask him, he vanishes into the heavens. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Whatever.
Did you need to ask me something?
Okay.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Thank you.
You're
I trust all of you as well.
good.
I'll be good too, right?
It depends on how the Boneyard judges you. I would assume yes, though. You
Thank you.
probably won't end up in heaven, though.
Thank you, my friend. I slap a kick me sign on his back.
You've done more than enough, I would say, to help in this. I don't think we could have done it without you.
I don't know how
That would be
this
an understatement.
works, but people might be coming for the lantern. I will attempt to dissuade them.
People or
A chosen.
I point up and I'm like,
I might-
people.
It might be time to retire it back to where it came from in the first place. I don't know that we'll be needing it, but I guess that is something I need to discuss.
That heal thing was very useful, though. Could just keep using that forever.
I know, but if it would mean complications between
Look,
Zetios and Anahel,
all I'll say is you've done a load of good with it now. Don't get rid of it unless you have to.
I see.
And
Thank you.
then he kind of just like gets on one knee and bows to all of you.
I'm glad I didn't have to stick you in it.
Me as well. As he fades, basically just like shimmers out of existence. He returns to heaven.
Yeah,
What a cool guy.
I turned to Lark and I'm like,
I agree, says the Great Ostas.
I turned to Lark. I'm like,
This is just sad at this point.
that is.
Glad we're on the same page.
I don't think we are.
I turned to Lark and I'm like,
Yeah.
that is why I had to sort of impede on Anahel. That's her name, right?
Yeah.
Anahel's relic here. It was either.
Look, it's not a tail measuring contest, but you know, you have a divine on your side, she's a chosen, so in the pecking order,
It's fair. I
we'll
just
see
don't-
how it
I don't know how it
pans
works
out.
out. I don't
Home
want to
field
cause.
advantage.
I don't want to cause a. I don't know how to religious incident.
I have a feeling if it was as important as you being unable to wield it, it would have never happened in the first place. So I'd see how it plays out.
Okay.
Also, we have a lot to talk about.
I agree.
We do.
What?
Did anybody check on the people in the
Tag
Coliseum?
along?
I'm just standing here.
Basically, Bulk and all the people there were...
You're right. We do have a lot to talk about.
Let's us three equally go and sit down.
Let's us 3 vampires go have a seat somewhere and chat.
What? Are you talking? Ernest said, did you resurrect someone without my permission?
No.
I'm gonna make my
What's-
way to the Coliseum as fast as I can.
Yeah. I mean, I would be not as fast as I can.
Lark would ask you to stay, and he has very important stuff to talk to just
Okay,
you
fine.
about.
Okay. Yeah.
Not you.
I run away.
Ernest here.
You got the same.
What is this complex that
Peter,
Eamon
what are you
has
doing?
now? He has to be
I
involved
think
with
I'm a
Ernest
god. now.
Eamon just wants a Eamon just wants a father figure.
Eamon's finally realizing he's the protagonist in game.
Yeah. The Celestial's like, yeah, you're good with the heaven thing. And he's like, oh, shit.
Is the Great Ostas still here?
I have plot armor.
I'm gonna walk over to him. So I heard a lot of Karis left.
Yeah, we don't know where they went.
Yeah, that was on me. Might have sent out a false flag
I help.
message.
Good work. He looks to both of you.
I told him to
I don't
leave.
need that
so they're still
Recognition.
active, I think. Just scattered to the wind, which means there's a lot of agents that could be
Well,
out
hold
there.
on. The androids out here, I didn't see any of that. Never mind. Well, I did see them blow themselves up. The androids out here seem to be kind of like not evil after.
I'm talking about the Kari that their heads blew up when they couldn't follow an order.
Yeah, but there might have
Hold
been.
on. What?
Yeah, so
Can we just go type like
I think
just
that's
kidding?
a different thing.
Like, can
I
we
think
say like,
those-
hey, don't do that anymore?
I think those were the ones that were not.
No, for real. That's the whole point. You can give
Replaced.
multiple orders.
that could be it.
I think the androids and the ones that exploded were different.
Either way, they both.
There was a
still
lot
exist.
of blood in the ones that exploded.
that we also might not have all the information.
Do you
was
want me to
gray
go
matter.
type in the thing? Don't run away anymore.
I
No.
think the
It's
message is
still
already
so-
around.
Just that context, you would know that those are like a one-to-one thing. That sense is a one thing. They probably didn't take this like big, whatever that was connected to. They probably didn't take it with them. So there's probably no one to get that message.
I know.
That's the point.
I understand that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he'll have Wander send word to have General Bulk send some people to the harbor to look into it.
It's something to be wary of, but they may be out, since they're out of Shintami's control, they may not be hostile. And I don't think that they're evil innately.
Not all of them could be the androids, though.
Correct. But it is something that needs to be considered. I would just like to make sure that we don't instantly execute them or jail them.
Well, they should be
I agree.
tried, I believe.
They were just following orders.
For deserve a rest though, if you would like to. Whatever you four would like to do.
I'm
We
at
can
full
handle
health,
things
I'm
from
fine.
here.
I'm actually at
You're
full
welcome.
health too. Wow, we both ended up at full health.
I look
Past
past him. I'm doing that thing where I just look at his forehead.
All right.
Eamon, do you have a moment?
Yeah, I was just about to head to the Coliseum. Do you want to walk with me or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna pull him aside.
Okay.
Real quick.
Diego.
Yeah, Diego. So depending how all this ends up, I may have an idea on attempting to get Umbra back.
Sounds like you're playing God.
No. I think we're going outside the realm of gods here.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Can I bring some friends?
Sure.
Do you mean the party?
Time to go make friends.
We'll do answer first.
Okay.
Yeah, Lark kind of just like takes a spot in this like battle torn place and kind of sits down. And he says, I had 2 people here in Waguzana before you had your second chance. In the process of getting you out, one of them was captured and killed by Shintami Akio, I would assume. The Kari. It's probably why they knew about her blood.
That makes sense.
I didn't tell you about it because, when you're a newly reborn being, I didn't want that weight on your conscience.
That's fair.
But I figured you deserve to know now, as it has put your life in danger.
It ended up okay. Thankfully, I have found people to bolster me in more ways than one, physically and mentally.
Yeah, you seem like you've been through a lot.
Yeah, even before I came to this city, I had a lot weighing on my conscience. I know I sent correspondence about what we found in Koi, but it weighed heavy on me. I sort of got a little lost, but the other three helped me find my way. Even though a lot of tragedy has happened today, hopefully this is the point that Wakuzana can finally start to heal. I can't even process how all of this was happening under my nose when I was just a guard here.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it works, right? The worst corruption is the hardest to find. But you found it, and you took care of it.
In that regard, I feel like a weight that has followed me since my death has finally lifted. My death wasn't for it, nothing.
There's another thing that once trust has been earned, I feel the need to be honest with those who work under me. I am no saint. I have done many horrible things in my day. I served the Nosferatu back when they existed, in a time before this world is as it is now. I regret it with everything I have.
It's understandable. But
I spent... My apologies.
Oh, no. Go ahead. My bad. Got a little gung-ho.
I spent many years trying to atone. I just realized that I'm just one dragon. So I made a deal with Grimm to bring... Max right now is 15, but we could renegotiate if need be. But 15 souls back perfectly intact with my blood. Obviously, you're one of them. The rest of the order is... They're actually in the swamps on the other side of this continent right now taking care of an undead issue. It is crazy over there.
Damn.
Yeah. Not as bad as here, probably. I don't know. But...
More widespread, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. There's not a lot of structure over there, so it kind of runs rampant.
Thankfully, we nipped this bud before it got too out of hand. But
yeah,
I feel no discomfort to this information. If anything, with the people that I have met and the things that I have dealt with over the past, what has it been? Since Koi, what is it, a couple of months? Half a month?
Yeah, since Koi's
It was
probably
like
been
3 months in between.
Yeah,
Koi
probably like
and
half a year maybe.
Half a year.
Is a good estimate.
The past half a year that I've been traveling, I've come to find that anyone can turn themselves around, and I'm happy that you have, certainly. I'm following I have a man who broke his chains of slavery and feared his own magic to own it himself. I have someone who seeks to regain the honor of the craft that he chases after, and I found him as a criminal to begin with, and some street magician who appeared to has a lot more heart than I first realized, and I think I've found myself again through them, and Tezetsios, of course, but I don't think I would have found them if not for him, and if not for you, and this city could be in much dire straits if that wasn't the case. So, regardless of what your past may have been, your current and your future is to help this world heal in whatever way we can.
Well, for what it's worth. Thank you.
Of course.
And yeah, a few good friends can get you through pretty much anything. Lark's one of those friends for me.
Lark is?
That's me. Eardell. Sorry, I went 3 days without sleep flying here
Yeah,
straight.
I feel that.
And then I had to wait outside a barrier. Well, let's go get some rest.
I agree. It's been...
See what we can do to help figure all this out.
Yeah, yes.
What the next... Dragon, don't know when my voice cracked. The next plan moving forward is...
I will just say I'm sorry I made you run all this way just for things to apparently wrap up, but I am glad I've had the opportunity to talk to you face to face. This is does a lot of good after everything that I've seen today.
It's okay. I just wish I could have got here sooner. Maybe less folks would have had to die.
Well, what matters is what we do going forward, I suppose.
It's kind of why I made the deal I did, though, because you were here in my stead.
In that regard, you helped. Wouldn't be here
In a
either.
way, I kind of deserve all the
Yeah,
glory.
that's true. Here's all my medals.
Yeah, give me that lantern. No.
I'll just take my armor off. I quit.
Eamon, you're walking with Mr. Pilbar.
I just want to clarify that Diego would go to the Colosseum. That's where I would want to go.
Okay.
I don't know if you would
Is
too.
really
it like
avoid
we
me
just
in
wait
those
like 5 minutes
Yeah.
and then we go?
Uh-huh.
I'm just shaking my head the whole way.
Oh, well, you pulled me to the side to talk, and
Yeah,
then
and they went.
Oh, the Colosseum's this way?
Yeah.
I'm going the scenic route.
But,
exactly.
So much longer. We could have just caught up to him.
Yeah,
Mr.
sorry, Eamon.
Mr. Pilvar, the Great Ostas, he kind of looks to him as you walk, and he says, so I'm sure you figured by now I'm not just a magician.
Yeah, what? Respectfully, what the hell, man?
Yeah. I'm pretty competent in my own right.
I mean, Iredale was saying you're not just pretty confident or competent. You are the
Yeah.
most competent, perhaps.
Yeah, next to Wander. She's something else. She's been doing magic half the time as me and as competent as me. And
That's
is an expert in almost
horrifying.
every field. Yeah, man, geniuses fucking suck. Really put your
Never met
own
one.
abilities and perspectives. You know what? It's better that you don't view yourself as one.
Or anyone I'm with.
I have spent most of my life as a part of an order that serves two beings that basically as you do for me and as Sonny does and as everyone I've worked for and with does is we keep good things out of bad hands. I trust that what we talk about stays between you and me.
Of course.
Obviously it goes without saying.
Yes.
I do not say this for you to owe anything to me. It just feels weird for you to have not known for so long, especially after you got involved with them. I got the Sarmons here. I was part of orchestrating all of that.
Oh.
Out of getting them out of the Magin Empire and such. I was not alone in my efforts. My entire group is to thank for that.
What is this group called, if you don't mind?
The Sariv. We serve Ragudi and Malnomdi. God, her name gets me every time.
Veteralani.
Macabre.
Malnomti. You would know both of them as chosen under Tizetios. Malnomti is the Watcher, the Golden Knight, and Ragudi is the Voice. I think the Brass Knight. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it's kind of rumored that they're, or it's kind of like a very underground thing that they have like a worldwide, basically, information network of probably people like Mr. Pilvar. I bring this up, one, to come clean with you. Not that it was
Okay.
ever need to know information for
I mean,
you.
I'm an oracle.
Yeah.
I wasn't clean with you. You probably knew that already, but
Wait, what?
we both hid things from each other.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. I did know that. But you did not. Yeah. I figured it'd be better to just not,
It's one of those things. It's different because you knew and I didn't tell you, but I didn't
Yeah.
know and you didn't tell me, but that's okay. It's fine.
My apologies.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
Sounds like Diego.
Yeah.
It really rubs off on you.
Basically,
You're starting to hate this guy, right? I say from the distance.
Not at all.
if you want, you do not have to. And you have plenty of time to think on it. You've earned a rest. But we could always use more members.
Would that take me away from the city? Or would I be able to function in here such as you do?
It all depends. For the most part, nothing would need to change. Everything could change if you wanted it to. All that would be asked of you is probably a bit more responsibility in the work you would do for me. Comes with benefits as well.
Nice.
Dental.
Yep, yeah. Eye care, dental, the whole 9 yards. If your foot's
Nice.
fucked up, we take care of that shit.
I still have bog rot from Corey.
It's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
Only now you look down and his
time.
foot is just pulsating.
Yeah. But you don't have to answer that now.
I do have one question for you.
Yes.
This might just be a shot in the dark, but hold on. Out of game,
Mm-hmm.
that order of people that protect things from the elemental world,
Oh, Ravda.
Ravda.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, does the name Ravda mean anything to you?
Not personally, but I know them as a monastic order that basically protects the 4 elemental wonders and then retrieves things that escape from there.
One of them seemed to be following me, almost intending me harm of some kind in the city here. Just to throw that out there if that was the case.
Was that a lie?
No.
Or do you not remember that?
They followed me and I hid from them.
It wasn't.
An elemental followed.
The
it,
elemental followed you. The
And then
Ravda
there-
came out and then
grabbed it essentially.
took the
Yeah.
elemental away.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
They looked like
I'm sorry.
they looked like they were working together in some capacity. So whether they had like squabbles about it or not, is less that. But either way, something in
Yeah.
the elemental world seemed to be after me, as
I
well
mean,
as
my-
obviously the Magin may be after me as well, which is why I'd maybe get into this work. Maybe I can throw a few things back at them, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would assume whatever that connection is with the Ravda would probably have to do with your magic,
I'd imagine so.
but I'm not sure exactly.
Let me talk to a few people.
Yeah, like I said, no pressure.
But I'm learning more and more what I can do and what it can be used for. So
Also, if you tell anyone I'm a member, I will have to kill you.
I don't doubt it.
That was a joke.
Oh, I'm used to people actually meaning that. Okay.
You deserve some rest, man.
I've lived a tired life.
Yeah, I can tell.
They're gonna say you need better
Also,
friends.
so the wind just doesn't go away?
Not for a while, no.
Okay.
It kind of makes your hair look cool, if that means anything. If that matters. It's kind of blowing.
Yeah. There's more direct ways to do that, but of course. Let's get to the Colosseum. Yeah. Eventually, all of you find your way to the Colosseum. Anything you want to do there specifically?
Find
Just meet
my
up with
girlfriend.
She's
Well,
not
she's
there.
not at the Colosseum.
Shit.
Gee,
You got that
back,
in my
man.
head.
Yeah.
I came all this way and I went the wrong way.
I would want to find
Naito.
the Taos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's
definitely.
Naito?
Yeah,
wanna find-
Naito and Uchido are kind of like, they're talking to General Bulk, but he sees you guys and he walks over.
As we're walking up, like, so who exactly do you want to bring with us?
Well, I'm not sure.
Am I there yet, or would I have?
What's
be on
odds I
my
do
way
it?
there?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Why not? He
Does he wanna
walks,
come with us?
Naito walks
He will.
over to-
Naito,
to you. Yeah, he comes over.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Glad to see you're alive.
Good to see you guys are alive too.
What happened?
I assume he's like fighting back tears. Akagi.
Yes, we.
I mean, you have his corpse.
Yeah, we. I'm assuming you guys told us that you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
we have his. We have his remains, and it was peaceful, and he. Yeah, it was.
He was spared something much worse.
It was peaceful, and he died knowing that he did a great job.
He died the hero.
Yeah, he just kind of 1,000-yard stares for a bit.
Mm.
Probably wipes a tear from his eye.
He's the reason any of the city can be safe right now.
Takes a deep breath. He's like, yeah. Yes. Well, it's good that all of you made it.
What happened on your end when I tried to contact you? It was
Yeah, we, look, I'm not proud of this, but I was in the bath when everything went down. And the necklace got left with all of my clothes. I kind of fled in a bathrobe, actually.
It's better than the alternative of you not having the necklace for other reasons.
Yeah.
Agreed. And we feared, but I'm happy to see that you are still standing.
How is Marcy and Kite?
They're both okay.
Did we leave Kite?
No.
Kite's in the heavens with Asriel right now.
I would have taken. I would have.
He was holding him the whole time.
We would have given him off to get medical.
Yeah,
attention,
100% for sure. It's just Kite's he wakes up and he's like, "Where the fuck am I?"
It's just unconscious, like
He's just in the rubble.
Yeah,
But yeah,
propped up on a rock. Kite's a little worse for wear, but he'll survive. He had to.
It's good.
Lose an arm.
I would say quietly, are you aware of the status of the other families?
He just nods. Yeah. The other thing is, if someone would have gone through the house by now, Shintami's wife was killed also.
Not to be too rushed here, but does this mean that you and your sister are de facto leaders of the city?
There is no de facto leader.
Yeah, the council will decide what happens.
Oh, I see. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were right. Something was obviously going on with Shintami, and you being able to tip us off to it or have that suspicion with the gifts you have was what was able to get this ball rolling.
Couldn't have done it if you didn't save my life.
That's Diego.
What is?
Yeah, right. Payment.
Yes, payment.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
I was astonished when you found out that the entire Noki family was dead, that no one went to the vault. But it's too late now, isn't it?
Because the two good characters went
they
there.
were the ones that were there.
That's true. Yeah.
So
that's fair.
I just walk off. Fuck.
But yeah.
Peter's just grumpy the rest of the day. The city's
we'll
like
figure that out
in a party rejoicing.
in between. But
how is Uchido?
yeah, I mean, she's there. She looks a little more dejected than normal for sure.
I mean, she looks sad, right? She's not like a sociopath.
No, she looks sad 100%. Yeah. Just like in a different way than Naito.
No, it's just-
Naito's
Gotcha.
very like front facing with it. She's very clearly like a conflicted sad.
I was just like, yeah, she just looks a little down. Like she's just like pretending to be sad. I'm like,
I mean, she's just sitting there. It's more so just like a dejected kind of sadness where like Naito very clearly like has to do things, so he's like sad, but he's doing stuff. She's just kind of like ignoring everything and just kind of sitting there. Yeah. Anzai comes up to you guys, a little out of breath, and he's like, "Oh, sick.
Anzai, have a proposition for you. We'll talk later.
I don't.
Like you.
If it's another date, I can't."
I also need to ask you about that, but that's not another date.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, there's one.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I scoot over to Uchido.
Yeah, you want to like sit next to her? She's like just sitting on a box in the Coliseum. Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, you. Yeah, it's okay.
Wow.
Walk away now. Damn.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you didn't do anything, so.
Dude. Hugo's never felt so dejected in his life. I cannot believe I just walked over to this sad girl and she's like, "Oh, you."
She didn't mean it in a bad way.
Dude, that sounded exactly like a bad way.
But yeah, she's sitting there.
Well,
Can you do me a favor?
yes.
Can we do that? Can we do that thing we did that one time and just like have fun again?
I don't remember what I did.
You basically just like took her through Ward 2 under no like royal guard guidance and just like went to spots. Once there's no one here.
Do you
The
like-
city got evacuated?
I look around. I try to clock if Naito's listening.
Doesn't seem like it. Dealing with other stuff.
Would you like to travel?
Probably. Why?
We'll be in touch.
Okay. It's a bit ominous.
I don't really. I think I'll be traveling soon.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be ominous. I just kind of don't know where I'm going. Also, don't tell anyone, because you kind of aren't allowed out of the city, I assume.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, here's another book, and I leave.
Okay.
I would actually, when I see Diego walk away from her, I would actually approach.
I nudge him, and I'm like, tough crowd.
Oh, well, I don't know. I sit down next to her. I have the brooch that she gave me like forever ago.
Didn't you give me that brooch?
Did I?
You
I'm
did.
almost positive that you did.
Yeah, when you went on the date. You gave it to him.
Because you gave it to me just in case I needed it.
Well,
okay.
when he like nudges you, says tough crowd, he picks it into your pocket.
I could, but I have no
What's the
idea that
brooch?
you'd want to do that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if I had any inkling that would be important to Renistir, I would absolutely.
Actually, when he bumps into me, I would say to him real quick, "Hey, do you have that brooch I gave you?"
No, you do.
Huh?
It's behind your ear.
It's like clipped onto my ear. I don't have ears.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's right here.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
A double magic trick.
But I did make you look.
I sit down next to her.
You sit down next to her.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of fiddling with it.
She says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
Do you remember the day you gave me this?
Yeah,
You came running in my butcher shop.
vaguely. You own that place?
No, I just worked there.
Oh,
But yeah, didn't really know what to expect at the time. Yeah.
what do you think about that weird magician dude?
Prickly around the edges. He's
For context, if he asked you to leave the city, would you go with him?
he likes to put up a confident front, but he's someone who has a bigger heart than he presents.
Yeah, that's kind of energy I get. I feel like I'm kind of the same way.
I think if you were to travel with him, he would try his damnedest to keep you safe. And on top of that, probably more than someone like me, he could find fun no matter where he goes. But I would say, as somebody who's lost a lot in the city as well, it does the heart good to see what the rest of the world can show you.
I don't mean to ask too much, but could you talk to Naito about that?
About you leaving?
No. And she like gives you a look of like, yeah.
Sure. And I sort of like wiggle the brooch a bit, and I'm like, still owe me another one. Another favor.
Oh,
So
I was like, I only have one brooch.
no,
So,
I'll just hang on to this for now.
okay.
Yeah, I'd walk up tonight though. So what will you and your sister do now?
I don't know. But, you know, I think for once in her life, she deserves to choose what she wants to do.
I think she clearly wants to see the world a bit.
Yeah.
But if she were to leave, they may not. She would be leaving with two people who can keep her safe, or one. No, they haven't said that yet. I was
One
looking to find- yeah.
You?
No, I was because I know they're splitting up.
Yeah,
so
no.
I've crossed those wires.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know that yet.
You? Yeah, one person keep her safe, but he says you, like question mark.
No, Diego.
Okay. Yeah.
No takesies backsies.
I like put my hand on him like I know that's not probably the number one pick out of the people in our group, but
He just asked about her a lot.
I think he might have a little bit
One time.
One time
I
more
asked-
than everyone else.
That's a significant amount.
I think that they have kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Did she ever tell you that we had met prior before I even met you?
No.
She was on the run from the palace. She
Makes
came in
sense.
the butcher shop. I was lying low and But yeah, seems to be a little bit of a troublemaker herself. So,
Yeah, no fucking shit.
but I think that she can learn a lot. They both can learn a lot if they were to travel with each other.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. I'll talk to her about it.
I like how there's just like in Rennister's head, there's like this romantic picture being painted
Not really.
with like like of just like the two people get to leave and like learn
Explore
about
the
the
world.
world.
No,
and,
let's put it
and
this
then
way.
it's just like Peter's involved and you don't know.
Well, let me put it this way. Rennister's aware that probably you two, that's why I kind of held my tongue a bit. He's aware you two are probably going to cause a lot of trouble, but I'm trying to sell the idea to fucking Nido. And I don't want to be like, oh, they're going to rob the shit out of some people.
Yeah. When
He's
you're
gonna
talking
take
about
them down
Burn,
Yeah.
rob, pillage,
when you're talking
swindle.
about the people that would be like he would trust, it's not us two.
Yeah, when you said 2, he was going to be like, you and Eamon?
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's like the friends that your parents like you to hang out with.
Yeah.
I think
Who's coming over, Diego? Oh.
in this moment, I think more than anything, Rennister's realizing that they both, Diego and her, have, what's her name again? I'm sorry. I'm
Uchido.
Have lost somebody like pretty damn important to both of them. And since they all have sort of that connection beyond that they can help each other through that. So I think that's more so what he's thinking of why he's like pushing for this. Because I think under most circumstances he'd be like, fuck no, stay away from that man.
Yeah.
And they've both never left the city, really.
Yeah.
He cannot walk.
Yeah, it's true.
He cannot be within 10 feet of
Diego's
you.
got invited to travel by Peter.
So if it wasn't clear we're wrapping up the season,
What?
is there any last minute things you guys want to do?
Yes,
play
but I think
through?
it'll
I
be
mean, you
the-
want to see Marcy. We're going to do that.
I would never. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Yes.
Sounds great.
I'm going to go see my parents.
I'm assuming you're not going to let me go into the vault.
No. But Rennister, your parents, and Eamon, Marcy, they were all evacuated. So it would probably take a day or two for them to like get back and settled before you would go see them. So as the main forces in the city, like the Steel Brands and Cargo Kanto, everybody, they can all take care of all of the other stuff. Obviously, you guys have done your part. As everyone has said, you all deserve your rest. So everybody kind of reconvenes after this stuff at the Coliseum. You all find your way back to Sanctuary. Well, the communal room under Sanctuary in the catacombs. And Phosphorus, as you and Diego kind of discussed, you might be leaving Wakuzana soon. So you'd probably go over to your desk and take stock of everything. And since Umbra was here for a decent amount of time, he kind of got his own side of the desk at a certain point, his own little area. You probably have to go through that a bit. And as you do so, you see a envelope kind of tucked away in one of his many books that on the front reads in his handwriting, Umbra's will.
I'll take it and I'll
Okay.
open it up.
Okay. It reads as follows. There is a story in Diego's book about a woman who dies. Her loved ones know what to do thanks to her will. From my understanding, it is a list of instructions to be completed upon the writer's death. Soon I will leave this crypt to hurt things that want to hurt my loved ones. I may die. If I do, these are my instructions to my loved ones. The first section is labeled Diego. Diego is to write more stories and show them to the world. In one of his stories, there is a human who teaches others in places of learning called schools. Diego has taught me much about what it means to be alive in his stories, and would make an excellent candidate for this profession. However, I do not know enough about schools to require this of him. I leave the final decision up to Diego. The second section is labeled Eamon. Eamon is to love Diego, Rennister, Peter, and himself. This entails harming anyone who would harm Diego, Rennister, Peter, or himself. As long as you are justified in doing so. If he is unsure on whether doing so would be justified, he is to default to Rennister's judgment.
He knows so much. He knows far too much.
The third section is labeled Peter. Peter is to cure lycanthropy and master all aspects of magic. I was originally tasked with this, but I am dead and cannot do so. I cannot see him mastering all aspects of magic alone, so I ask that Diego, Eamon, and Rennister assist him on this endeavor. Peter will not need assistance curing lycanthropy unless he states otherwise. The last section is labeled Rennister. Second to last section is labeled the Rennister. Fourth section. Rennister is to protect Diego, Eamon, Peter, and himself. Peter has explosive ordnance on him at all times. Be wary of open flames and make sure he gets his rest. Diego talks too much, and in his stories that gets characters hurt. Be prepared to shut him up or back up his words. And make sure he has tea. Eamon is too powerful. The magic he wields is unlike anything in my database. Be prepared to help him when it gets out of hand, and make sure he knows you love him. Final instructions is the last labeled part. My last instructions are to whoever is reading this. Please inform Peter, Diego, Eamon, and Renister of the previous instructions, and that I am sorry I died. I leave it up to their judgment on whether they should kill those who killed me. If they cannot agree, they are to listen to Renister. I ask that you also tell them I love them. I am not sure of what that means, at least not in the ways my loved ones talk and write about it. All I know is that it is true.
I would just hand the letter off.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody reads it at some
I'm
point.
doing like
Diego, I just love Diego is annoying and give him tea. And then Eamon's too powerful.
He must be stopped.
With the context of Eamon like magically defeating both of the BBGs, doing the final
I'm
thing.
sort of like reading through it and like kind of chuckle to myself, but as I like hand it to Eamon, I'm sort of like looking away from everyone, like, here, just read this.
Yeah.
Eamon's already welling up just seeing all of you read it.
Yeah.
I'm emotional. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would read it and then just like, I don't know, fold it up and then be like, I think, unless Diego hasn't read it yet. You've read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would just
over Peter's shoulder when he first opened it, probably.
Probably.
I would just like fold it up and like tie some twine around it and then look to Peter and be like, I think this should stay with you.
I already got it memorized.
That's not, there's sentiment in having things. You don't have to just memorize it.
I don't need it.
I snatch it from you.
I feel too bad getting rid of it.
I
Someone
snatch
take
it
this.
and like
I'm a sentimental mother.
I tuck it into my like holy book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were supposed to default to Renistia there.
Yeah. Are the rest of you, I mean, I know it's a bit soon, but what are your plans next?
I think I need some time to think about that.
You could just, we could all relax for a while.
There's too much work to be done to relax.
To be fair, Peter does now need to cure lycanthropy and master all aspects of magic.
I got a lot of shit to do.
Dude, he's gonna be roided out in the third season.
I have to write books.
Your classes start tomorrow.
I just
you
gotta
gotta find a more inspiring
gotta
space.
make sure
Get
you-
an apartment.
I just gotta make sure you chuckle fucks don't like hurt yourselves. Is
Yeah.
apparently what I have.
That's what I'm supposed to do too, just like in
Yeah.
a different way.
He basically made Eamon the spear and you the shield
Yeah.
of the group. Eamon hurt everyone that hurts the group. Renister protect everyone. Yeah.
I need
And make
to,
choices for everyone.
I need to make sure that the city is coming back together. It was the original reason I left this place when I died, and now it's my place that I've ended up. I don't know if I intend to stay here forever. Once it's put back together, I think there is more good to do. But I'll have to discuss that with Alaric before he returns.
There's a chance for this place to become a little bit like the home it was kind of heading towards before all this started. So,
Just real
I'll
quick, I would
stay.
assume that you guys told me about what the android said to you when it was dying.
Yeah, we would have
we would have
discussed
conveyed
that.
It was
right.
stopping Elsif's song, right?
Yeah.
I would ask again. I said, "Can you remind me what that means again? Stopping Elsif's song."
That was not in your stuff.
Yeah,
Elsif's song
Elsif is
specifically.
the moon.
Yes, who is
One
like
of the
in
moons,
stories
correct.
depicted as her tears gives them life, which is what you would probably equate to Foundation.
And the song is the need for Foundation.
What it sounded like he was implying is that like hearing the song forces them to need Foundation. The way that they talked about it, it did not seem like a fun
They
thing.
attempted to mute the song so that they wouldn't need it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah. Diego, what are your plans next? You're welcome to stay at my apartment, by the way. This is an official invite.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be invited.
I just want to clarify: is it the first time he's been officially invited since he got mad and went to the sewers alone?
I think it may have
No.
happened once.
Yeah, I think I said, "Come stay back. Your
Okay,
tent's here."
yeah.
Well, I would like to do some more research into Elsif. There's still a lot of things about androids that pique my curiosity. Maybe look into something more about the automatons. I know they're connected.
I'd imagine we haven't quite finished off our interactions with the androids, so it would probably be best if we all stay on our guard about that.
We have a way. We should find a way before, if any of you go anywhere outside the city on your own. Umbra was on his way to making something we could all communicate with. Maybe we could start there, just to.
I think that was a spell that was affecting us earlier.
Yeah, I just wonder if there's a way, magic item or something we
Pigeons.
can find, something faster than a runner.
Is
Pigeon.
Is there any way to
A pigeon running down the street.
this would probably be.
Guys have both parts of that necklace.
Oh yeah. Thanks God.
Yeah. Or like the pair of that necklace.
Yeah,
that
here.
works anywhere.
Well,
On the same plane.
but who
Are you guys going to a different plane?
I hope not.
Probably not.
All right, we're going to heaven.
Well, I can only give it to one person.
They got the best vaults.
We have an inn now.
Well, I can only give it to one person.
Not
so-
me.
All right, I guess it's me.
I'll be in the city as long as you're here, Ren.
Okay. Yeah. What will you do with Marcy?
I mean, just kind of continuing where we left off, I suppose. I mean, we can finally start to be normal again. Start by probably going to a show at the theater. But outside of that, my work...
Diego's gone.
My work has a possibility to resume with Mr. Pilvar in a more full-time sense. Maybe still continuing some stuff with Iridel as well at the assembly. Nothing yet that might take me out of the city, but I'd like to stay as long as I can. I feel like we didn't really have a chance to establish much here, so being able to live in the city freely, and now that I have this, I point to the circlet on my head, protecting me from the Imagine finding me as easily. I feel a little more free to walk about the city in a new way.
That's good.
Will you stay here in Sanctuary?
Probably don't need it, but it's kind of become a second home for me, and even though I might be hanging up the prophet robes, I feel as though I should be still here to protect the downtrodden and serve them how I can.
I'm proud of you for that. I think they served a unnecessary purpose while they were here, but it's good to know when it's time.
I think that it represents a more broken man, and I think that I need to do my work with pride in my face present to further try to spread what the Order of Vicar has taught me, and at the same time also what Tizetsios has taught me.
I'll be spending more time in the chapels as well.
Well, I'll be happy to come with you, certainly. You'd be in a different section, but
Yeah.
Catholic, Protestant, you know.
Well, maybe after some rest tonight, I'll go find Marcy. Diego, you making tea? Or if you do, can I have some?
I'm sipping tea.
Do you have more? I'm sure you have more.
Of course I have more.
Can I have some?
Yes.
Thank you.
All I ask is, if you do plan on leaving the city, please just let me know when you are all leaving. I would like to come together for once, not having to worry about some impending doom.
A night at a tavern, perhaps?
I think I could use a stiff drink.
Or a Tevan.
No.
Sounds hipster. I don't
I
like
have a new money-making idea. Hear me out.
it. Alcoholic tea. We'll call it Mike's
Pickpocketing
Hard.
people.
Okay, so as that finally wraps up, that day, well, 2 days finally wrap up, we'll go to Eamon. So like the next day, most people have started to filter back.
I'd probably get up early and
Yeah.
hurry my way out.
Did you stay at Sanctuary?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you want to go to their estate, I would assume?
Yeah, or if I saw anyone on the way, I would ask and see if word had been passed around at all. But if not, I would just go to the estate.
Yeah, by now they'd probably be back at their estate.
Okay.
Yeah. Make your way to Ward 7. You make your way to the manor that you've made your way to a bunch of times. That same guard that's always there is there, looking a little more haggard than usual, probably, as kind of the whole city is looking. They've been through a lot. And yeah, honestly, Marcy would probably be like anxiously pacing in the courtyard, just like, kind of like when two people have a close connection, you kind of just expect one to do the other thing, as if she was like waiting for you.
Yeah.
And she sees you, and before the guard can really even open the gate, she'd like run up and like jump into a hug.
If she does that, the guard knows me, has seen me a bunch of times, so they
100%.
don't think this is
She
like
pulls out a blade.
well, they don't think that like what I'm about to do is like a kidnapping.
Yeah.
But as soon as she hugs me, I just hold her in one arm and like hit my staff with the other, and I'm gonna fly both of us to the top of the closest building on the roof.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
So just kind of like spiral us up there
Yeah.
and land.
Uh-huh. She says, "It's good to see you again, alive."
I'd just kiss her.
Yeah, kisses you back.
Yeah.
Probably like give you a kiss and then like hug holds you. You know, like a real deep
Yeah.
hug that's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just nice to like hold you as a
Yeah.
human.
Yeah.
For a bit. And she
Like
says,
all the tension she probably would feel every time she hugs me
Mhm.
is like a little like gone now.
Yeah.
Just the like posture and everything that I normally have, and like the tensity is just
Yeah.
a lot of it's released.
She kind of, after that like a moment kind of passes, she says, "There is a thing."
Yeah.
She
Anything.
kind of like undoes her hair. And
Yeah.
the streak is bigger.
Oh,
It's growing.
have you talked to your parents about it or anyone?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it means, but
Are you feeling okay?
yeah, for the most part. I mean, other than like, nothing related to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll find out together, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't. She like clearly is like a little hesitant on what she's about to say, and she's like, "Are you sticking around?
Absolutely. As
Do
much.
you want breakfast?"
Do I want breakfast?
Yeah, I haven't eaten.
Yeah, I actually had an idea. Do you
Okay.
want to come with me? I had something kind of planned for in case I lived and you lived at the same time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Let's do it. So I would walk with her. Actually, I'd just fly her with me if I could.
Yeah.
We would sit on my staff like a witch broom for this one.
Yeah, you're still the old woman.
I'm still the old woman. Come with me.
No, that would have worn off. But,
I like-
oh yeah, she dispelled it.
I like the real Eamon, and he turns back to an old woman.
Yeah.
Do that thing.
It's like a weird sex thing.
So-
be the old woman. Be the old woman.
I would fly us to. The irony of this is funny now that I think about it. I would fly us to the docks,
Mm-hmm.
and I would pay however much it took to have like a good sized like rowboat
Mm-hmm.
with us both on it, and just
Yeah.
like hopefully some Sarmin wine and
100%.
food and stuff, and just
Yeah.
row us out into the middle of the bay as far as I can, and we
Mhm.
can just like float out in the water and chat and not worry about anyone around us or anyone doing anything. And
Yeah, not have to be like, wow, the city's in danger, lives are in
Just
threat. Yeah,
this is
exists.
my first relaxing trip on a boat in a while.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
I'm rowing out there, she's like, "You're really good at this."
You're like, yeah, last time I was one of these, I killed everyone on board.
At least our
Yeah.
feet aren't shackled to the floor, huh?
While you're at the docks, not to bring the mood down a bit, but you would hear that there was one of the merchant ships coming in did find a ship full of corpses with exploded heads.
Yeah. As we overhear that, I would just chat loudly with Marcy there, so she doesn't hear
really
it.
clock it. Yeah, but you could spread that along to the others whenever you see them again.
Jot that down real quick in my
pull out
journal.
your investigator's journal. Yeah.
So yeah, we're just on a real Little Mermaid style date out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A well-deserved chunk of happiness for him.
Yeah.
Okay, Renister. The next day, I mean, I don't know what you would do, but I feel like Renister would head there like right away, but then like walk by.
Yeah, he'd be.
And then he would put it off like 5 times.
Yeah, like
and then by
pass by.
noon, he would be like, okay, I just got to go in. Okay. They're not open, right?
Yeah,
They're just like back in the shop and setting stuff up. But yeah.
I would I wouldn't be in full armor.
Yeah.
I would be in. It's probably really weird for Renister, but just like normal, like his undershirt, like a jacket, and like pants.
God, that's such a weird visual.
Yeah, I know. I can't even contextualize it.
Yeah.
Not shoes, though. I feel like that'd look too weird. But yeah, he walks up to the door and
Yeah, it's locked, right?
sort of knock on
Yeah.
the window a bit.
You see your dad kind of like rubbing a counter on the inside, and he kind of comes up and he says, "Oh," unlocks the door and opens it, and he's like, "Oh, what was your name again?"
Renister.
Yeah.
Mr. Vidler, can I talk to you and your wife for a moment? of your
Yeah,
time?
he kind of immediately picks up on like a very like troubled, like just energy from you, and he's like, "Yeah, of course. Come in and have a cinnamon roll."
Sort of awkwardly
Yeah,
walk
he kind of
in
like
and look around.
pulls a chair up to the counter and like pulls up the stuff. He like goes in the back and gets his wife, and they both come out, and she's like, "How can we help you?"
As you know, I've come in a few times.
They both
Orders
nod.
some bread for sanctuary in the poorer districts. It's like whatever it's called.
Lowland.
Lowland, yeah. And Lowland. I had ulterior motives, and unfortunately, as you've probably noticed since you were evacuated from the city, I'd imagine there was a lot going on to the point where I couldn't fully be honest with you without risking both of your safety, and that would have crushed me as much as it hurt me to not tell you the truth. And I take off my jacket just for the undershirt, and I have all the tattoos that they would have known that I got from guard school.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much immediately on their faces, there's like so many emotions boil at the top. Quick, like first is like shock and like quickly disbelief, and then your mom just begins to like happy ball. You know what I mean? Like tearing, like crying uncontrollably, but like she just throws her arms around you and just like hugs you. As your dad's more just a little just straight up stunned and just like kind of standing there motionless, just like looking at you.
It's a lot to take in, and I can't fully explain it, but I couldn't let you continue to think that your Sengal had truly died. I'm still here, and I came back to make sure that you all were protected.
Yeah, your mom kind of like does the mom thing where she like kind of like cups your head, you know what I mean? Very small hands and a very large lizard head. But she's like, what happened? Also, why did you never order your favorite strudel?
I thought it was a little too on the nose. I didn't want to give away too early.
Your dad quickly goes back and gets your favorite strudel.
Oh, thank God.
That's such a dad thing to like find a way to help even when you can't.
Yeah.
There's too much that I can't explain or would take too much time, but I can definitely tell you the more specifics. I'll be staying here for a while. Unfortunately, not forever, I'm afraid.
Here? Your dad says, and he says, I mean no offense, we thought you were dead. Oh, okay, your room is not yours. We turned it in. It's something else.
I'm busy helping repair the city.
He's
anyway.
like panically embarrassed of like, he clearly feels horrible about it.
I only recently regained what exactly happened to me. What did they tell you of how I died?
They both kind of sit down in front of you, get their own chairs. And they say, your dad talks as your mom kind of is just like beamingly staring at you. He says, you were killed in the line of duty, mainly, is all we really know. Honestly, at the time, we kind of preferred to be spared the details. We had a service. From what I understand, though, the body was unrecoverable. Now we know why.
I was taken. How I died was the Akio family ordered my death because I was coming across what ultimately led up to what has been happening over the past couple of days. But not to scare you, I feel like it's your right to know. I am not exactly alive. This is also why my voice is not the same as you remember. Side effect of the...
They both like have a sigh of relief of like, and one of, like your mom's probably like, okay, it's not a phase. It's not like a weird thing that you're doing.
It's a side effect of being brought back. But someone who saw...
As you're talking, your mom kind of just like places her hands on your lap and says, listen, honey, you're still our little Sangal. Or do we call you Renistir? She says, like wishing to be polite.
For you two, it's only Singal.
Okay. Do you... Look, I hate to spring this on you. Could be like old times. We didn't have time to clean the oven when we had to evacuate. We could really use a little bit of that Sangal.
I like was clearly tearing up, and then sort of that like dissipates as I chuckle to myself. I'm like, of course, and I can tell you all about it.
Yeah,
while I'm helping, but I just want you both to know how happy I'm able to tell you who I am.
They both nod. Your dad kind of like pats your upper thigh.
I lift him up, just full hug.
Actually, both of them.
Yeah,
like a big hug. They both hug you back as they're suspended off the ground. Yeah, and they say, "Yeah, bring everybody by sometime." All those
I would love
lowlanders.
Well, there's actually a few people I'd like you to meet before some of them go about their business. I've made some friends who've kept me alive and quite frankly mean the world to me. And it would mean the world to me for them to meet you.
Well, we'll treat them to some strudel.
I'm sure they'll love it. As I just greedily snarf down the favorites.
Aggressively.
Oh, don't give them too much.
God damn.
Yeah. And then, they give you an apron and they expect you to clean the oven.
And then the external camera zooms away from the bakery as it fades to black.
Yeah. And there you have it, folks. A city saved, 2 ancient vampires slain, and a vile man's schemes thwarted. Though much has been lost along the way. Kite's arm, the entire Noki family, Sulfur, Akagi, Naito and Uchido's mother, and of course, Umbra. In the coming days, Wakuzana would begin the long process of healing. The 4 remaining members of the council elected Naito Tao as the new 5th seat. His first course of action was to meet with Anzai in the hopes of convincing him to spearhead the creation of a new force of elite guards, one that's public-facing, void of religion, and reports to the entire council. Though Anzai had initially agreed to join Phosphorus and Diego on their journeys outside of Wakuzana, he saw a chance to change his home for the better, a chance he took, but not alone. Anzai had seen Renistir in action enough to know he was exactly the sort of man this new group needed to help lead them. Renistir, seeing the same chance to make his home better, agreed to join Anzai in his efforts. And in the coming months, the Red Wardens were formed, a group of mages and knights with a wide range of skill sets who step in when a ward's normal guard force aren't enough. Now, Renistir wasn't the only one with a new group to occupy his time, as Aemon took the Great Ostas up on his offer to join the Sarif, with the request that he focus on helping get good folks out of bad situations, much like how the Great Ostas had done for the Sarumans long ago. Since the Great Ostas didn't exactly travel anymore, Aemon had a new mentor within the Order assigned to show him the ropes and help him with whatever he might need, an elderly dwarf by the name of Ard. In the months that followed, the two traveled around much of the surrounding area, helping all sorts of folks get a new lease on life in Wakuzana, and forming a strong friendship in the process. Phosphorus and Diego said their goodbyes and left on a northbound ship only a few short days after everything settled down. Uchido joined them, as Naito knew she wasn't like him. She wanted to see the world, needed to, and would only feel trapped in Wakuzana. The three roamed for a while, getting up to trouble and doing some good along the way, as they tended to do, until they settled down far to the north in Loklai, the last remaining dwarven skyhold. Here they began to further research the androids, the divines, and as Umbra had willed it for Phosphorus, all of magic. They sent updates back to Renistir and Aemon through the necklace every now and then, though not as often as Renistir would like. Still, Uchido tended to keep them out of any serious trouble. But what of the rest of our party's friends and allies? Well, thanks to a new hit chain of cobbler shops all throughout the city, Kite had come into even more gold than ever before. Gold he put towards reforming Lowland, with the help of Kira, of course. In the coming months, they began the long process of fixing the multitude of problems Lowland faces. Raiji is still gone. No one has heard or seen anything since he left Wakuzana. Everyone just assumes he's off somewhere fighting some big strong thing, and they'd probably be right. Who knows? Maybe his path will cross with his old friends again someday. The Sarmans continued to flourish with the popularity of their wine amongst the city's elite. And of course, Marcy and Aemon are still going strong. Marcy wasn't the biggest fan of Aemon being gone for long periods of time at first, but she knew he'd be doing a lot of good. Plus, she had something new to occupy her. The power in her blood had awoken during her interactions with Asdriel, and in the coming months she'd manifest the ability to wield magic. Now she attends the Arcane College, learning to master her newfound power, and hoping to be a full-fledged sorcerer someday soon. Wander started to get out a bit more. The recent events had her realizing that sometimes her skills were best used outside her study. She began helping with the newly formed Red Wardens, consulting with them whenever her vast knowledge of magic was needed. She still frequents the Shadow Vale, disappearing for weeks at a time to look into all manner of things. Unfortunately, busier than ever, she has even less time to sleep. Eardale continued as he was before, leading the Arcane Assembly. He often encourages his members to consider joining the Red Wardens. As the head of the most magically adept group within the city, he knows his people would be invaluable to the newly formed order. Training to learn magic can take years, but thanks to Eardale's encouragement, many skilled mages and parsons became some of the first Red Wardens. Vasco continued his work as a steelbrand, though not as he had before. He applied to be a captain, hoping to follow in the footsteps of his mentor. General Bulk approved him immediately, and Vasco has been hard at work undergoing the grueling captain's training. And last, but certainly not least, Naito, as stated before, now serves as the 5th seat on the council. One of his first acts was to erect a memorial in the old palace grounds to all who lost their lives when darkness fell over Ward 7. His council work keeps him plenty busy, though he hopes to someday start a family. He knows not what that will look like or entail yet, only that his firstborn will be named after his best friend and hero whose sacrifice few will ever truly know. And with that, Season 2 comes to a close. But don't worry, this story is only half done. Many battles are still to be fought, many allies and enemies still to be made, and many mysteries still waiting to be uncovered, the androids being at the top of that list. Soon, the party will reunite in Loklai for a sky-faring adventure. But before all that, the regular episodes will be taking a break for 3 weeks. We'll still be putting out something every Wednesday, just not normal episodes. We'll be releasing, in the following order, a roundtable discussion of Season 2 with me and all of the guys, a continuation of the Bandit one-shot set in Wakuzana, and a full recap of Season 2's events. After that, onwards and upwards into Season 3. We hope you'll join us amongst the clouds, and as always, thanks for listening.